Hello, I'm Nutritional, and I'm casting today with Jeade.
Hey there, guys.
Okay, and we're actually playing a kind of fun game between these two teams. One of the teams is newly set up, so we're just doing this for fun and more of a practice kind of thing. So on the blue team, we actually have a full Yordle team with Ziggs in mid, Poppy in top, Tristana in bot lane, Soraka supporting, which isn't actually a Yordle, I forgot to add, and Nunu jungling. So 4 Yordles. On the purple team, we're seeing Graves, Sona in the bot lane, Warwick in the jungle, Ahri in mid, and Olaf in the top lane. And how do you kind of think this game's going to turn out, especially in the early game?
Well, in the early game, looking at bot lane, I think that the Tristana-Soraka combo is definitely a good move. Granted, Soraka isn't a Yordle, but she does have a unicorn horn, so we'll allow it off for this time. So, Tristana-Soraka is definitely a decent pick. I think that Soraka, the sustaining support, of course, is always a good move. Taking Exhaust and CV is... we could see a possible level 2 gank on bot lane. I think that Warwick could go round the back and end up picking off Soraka. I know that I certainly would if I saw the enemy support without flash. With regards to Graves and Sona, on the other hand, I think that the burst potential of Graves would really, really hurt them.
Especially in the early game with the Sona harass. It's still strong after the nerf.
Absolutely. And it's actually about the Sona harass you were mentioning. Even though it's been nerfed, it's about to be buffed even more. The power cord is going to do a little bit more damage. Purple team are currently playing rather defensive right now, just defending their own blue buff for Warwick, which makes complete sense, to be fair.
Yeah, he really needs that blue buff to have a fast jungle time.
He does. He's gone for a longsword and pots, which is not a build I've seen in a long time. Normally, when I play Warwick, I go for either the Vampiric Scepter or just the standard cloth armor 5 pots.
The thing is with Warwick and his jungle, he doesn't even really need any items to jungle, so if you just add some speed to that, he can actually just endlessly clear, and it's also a fact that he can actually solo dragon at level 5.
Yeah.
So we could see that.
Seeing as the passive heals a fair amount of health, it's definitely a good move. So MuEkkE is heading off with the blue buff straight away. He's already got it, and he's killing off those little pesky little lizards that throw fireballs at people. There we go, all cleared. In the meantime, Warwick's doing exactly the same, and he was thinking about that level 2 gank. Yeah, he was thinking about it.
I'm not sure where he could gank at the moment. Mid's kind of pushed by Ahri. Well, I think it's going to.
Delicious.
Yeah. And I've just realised that Nunu bot is a really expensive skin with different sound effects. He just said, delicious. It's always nice. So it looks like Addrenny is actually supporting MuEkkE all the way around the jungle. A nice move, seeing as MuEkkE decides to start with the Doran's Ring for that extra AP. He's actually got 40 ability power right now. That's a lot to start off.
It really is.
So NDestroyez is once again pushing the lane rather nicely right now. ZeroRep taking a fair amount of damage. I could expect a lightning bolt here and there whenever NDestroyez has the opportunity to. They'll just use vicious strikes and heal it back up, as all Olafs do.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult for Poppy to stay in this lane, but as it's pushing, she should be able to live for the time being.
Absolutely. So, looking at bot lane, it's odd that Bloodlust has gone for 2 Fairy Charms. To be honest, I'd much prefer to see a Addrenny style of build with the Fairy Charms, I should say, Vision Wards and pots. MuEkkE is hanging around the brush right now. A possible gank opportunity. In fact, Bloodlust is ever so close. Addrenny's going in. Down goes the exhaust. I think MuEkkE could have tried running away quicker. Method is taking a lot of damage right now. Both purple team players have to flash away. Cabbit taking a fair amount of damage from the tower. But all in all, I'd say that was a successful gank from MuEkkE, dodging the Vision Ward of purple team.
Yeah, that was actually a really good lane gank there from Nunu, and it just kind of shows how much impact you can have early game, even with just a Blood Boil and an Ice Blast.
Yeah, Absolutely. It definitely affects the bottom lane the most, seeing as the AD carry who auto-attacks anyway gets that attack speed buff, and it's always good on your AD carry.
That's true.
I think if a Nunu invaded a lane with a Janna and let's say a Tristana, the rapid fire, the shield, and the blood boil would hurt so much.
Oh, Nunu just fits into so many team comps so well. It's really good.
And I really hope to see a wombo combo during some part of today. ZeroRep taking a lightning bolt to the face and getting slowed because of it. NDestroyez has certainly got the advantage early on in this lane so far. Still farming like a boss so far. 22 minions to 10 right now. Both people taking boots and pots as well. So, Warwick is currently level 4. He's only pretty much just hit level 4, so he'll take golems and possibly wraiths to hit level 5. An all-important level to hit towards getting your level 6, in which you can actually start wrecking people's faces as Warwick with that horrible infinite duress.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Warwick actually recall until he hits that 6.
Which would make complete sense. MuEkkE is hanging around in this brush right now, waiting for NDestroyez to go in. There's the ice ball straight away. ZeroRep hanging around. NDestroyez completely juking everyone. Nice move. And in the meantime, MuEkkE taking a horrendous amount of damage. NDestroyez is trying to escape. I can expect Poppy to pick up the kill. There we go, first blood. That was a fantastic juke by NDestroyez, but unfortunately he couldn't capitalise on that. He did force MuEkkE to go back though.
That's true, but I think it was possibly a bad call to juke like that towards the enemy turret, when I think he could have escaped if he had just ran in the first place through the brush.
That's a good point, but then again, whenever Poppy got that line of sight on him, Poppy could have just thrown him into the wall and he would have been slightly worse off because of it. I think that... I'm not that sure if the attack would have been wiped off the slate just yet, if for him to sacrifice himself under the turret and not give away a kill. I think it was too soon for that to happen, unfortunately. Tinkerbell has just hit the Magic 6, first person in the game to do so aside from ZeroRep. So we can expect some Mega Inferno nukes coming down any second now. However, in the meantime, Cabbit has forced Bloodlust away from his carry. Method is being hit right now with silences across the board. Cabbit just can farm so easily as Tristana, especially with that explosive shot passive.
Yeah, it really kind of passively pushes the lane, and with that Tristana range as well, you're able to just harass under turret all day.
Absolutely. However, you do need to be careful for aggravating the tower under the turret, as you say, killing that mini wave and accidentally hitting the AD carry. Most Tristana players need to be quite savvy about that.
Definitely.
So Warwick is rather close to hitting his level 6. I suspect it'll take two more creep camps and or the big blue golem to end up hitting that magic 6. Ahri has hit 6 as well, but to be honest, Ahri's ultimate isn't exactly one of the best for team situations. It's pretty good in 1v1 scenarios, I will admit. It is one of the best 1v1s in the game, I believe. But
Yeah.
just the ability to dive around everyone and completely juke the face off people. It's always nice. MuEkkE is hiding in the brush once again, and Method, he's level 6 right now, doesn't have enough mana to capitalise. MuEkkE's going under the tower. Method is so very much dead right now. And yeah, it's not the best move in the world for Graves, but then again, if I was him, I would have just retreated. That tower would have been just... That tower could have given him a chance to escape, but then again, it's unlucky. Vampiric Gnome is heading towards bot lane right now. Him and MuEkkE are currently juking around the peanut brush, and they're possibly going to go in on each other. I doubt it, because MuEkkE just has that horrible slow, and now they're beginning to go in on it. Possible bait for Tinkerbell as well, and Vampiric Gnome juking everyone. Cabbit goes in by herself with Addrenny round the side. 4v2 right now. They're trying to escape. Vampiric Gnome taking loads of damage. They're going to try and get to the turret. Won't work. Cabbit picks up the kill. In the meantime, Bloodlust is on the run. Down goes the silence, down goes the slow. Tinkerbell picks up the kill there. Now Methods is on the run as well. I probably won't expect a Mega Inferno Bomb.
Yeah, we actually saw that Warwick was level 5, meaning that Nunu was actually 6 before him, even though Warwick chose to kind of farm that jungle more so than gank. So it's kind of surprising to see that.
Again, before that fight, MuEkkE was 0-0 for 2, and those 2 assists clearly gave him the XP advantage to hit 6 first.
He was actually 6 before that. When they were duking around each other, they were actually... Nunu was 6.
Yeah, so before that 2v0 exchange near
yes.
bottom lane, he had 2 assists, and that probably gave him the advantage. ZeroRep has actually healed up quite nicely, or while I say that, he just took a lightning bolt to the face, which is always nice.
Yeah,
So
Olaf's really able to spam out those lightning strikes whenever ZeroRep goes for a CS.
Absolutely. Olaf is such a good harassing top laner in doing that. You need to be really on your game to not get hit with those lightning bolts. Especially for a melee champion, it's rather difficult. I can see people like Nidalee, on the other hand, having a completely different matter, and there's ZeroRep being hit with the Ignite and the Lightning Bolt. ZeroRep falling down, Destroyez picking up the kill, the first one for Team TNT. In the meantime, in bottom lane, Vanquisher picks up the kill on Addrenny. Cabbit has to escape.
So much action right now, so early in the game.
Absolutely, the Mega Inferno Bomb just missing Bloodlust. He will escape with his life. And down goes the Ziggs ultimate. That'll be up in a fair amount of seconds. Currently 80 seconds until it respawns. Vampiric Gnome is level 6. So a possible 1v1 suppression right now. He doesn't have the backup to try and get Cabbit, although I can see him just going for it right now. Cabbit is currently hanging around the brush. There's the rocket jump so he won't get away. And there's the infinite dress. Cabbit is currently 1v1. This isn't good for Cabbit. She doesn't have a rocket jump. One more auto attack. Vampiric Gnome picks up the kill. 4-3 right now at the 11-minute mark.
Yeah, I think it was... Maybe Tristana didn't think she was under any sort of danger. Because she did actually choose to rocket jump just 3 minions, possibly trying to push the wave really fast.
There wasn't any blue team map awareness in and around the river right there. So Cabbit had no idea that Vampiric Gnome was there. Tinkerbell did just get taunted, and Vanquisher is doing a fair amount of damage. In comes Vampiric Gnome as well. Tinkerbell is not in a good place. Does flash over the wall, but down goes the power cord for Bloodlust, securing the kill. Currently 4-4 right now at the 12-minute mark. Roughly 1.2 or 3k gold difference. Dragon is being collected for purple team right now. Addrenny will try and do something about it. Not a lot he can do. MuEkkE is over the wall. Could possibly force a fight right now. I could see MuEkkE possibly trying to dive in and do something about it. It's unlikely. In fact, there's the flash in. He actually stole it. MuEkkE, the clever little piece of German. Fantastic play by MuEkkE, stealing the dragon. Addrenny did just get taunted. MuEkkE is trying to run in. Addrenny does heal himself. Not quite past the Warwick passive, but never mind. However, looking in top lane, NDestroyez is still harassing ZeroRep to keep him under half-life right now. He does have his ultimate ready. And look at that damage from the lightning bolts. It's just insane.
Oh my god. If you look at the CS in top, Olaf's actually got... And as I say that, Olaf dives in on Poppy. Poppy throwing down the exhaust.
He does
Olaf
indeed.
still chasing. Throwing down another Q, in comes Tinkerbell. Will he be able to pick up this kill? Down goes the E. Misses the Q. And Poppy picking up the kill with her E. Really good play there.
A fantastic satchel charge to push Olaf back into the wall to allow Poppy to pick up that kill. In the meantime, Cabbit is currently chasing down in bot lane, benefiting from that stupid amount of range from her passive. There was actually a time where I thought that the range increased with the amount of kills Tristana had, which is why my range was always really low when I checked it. Yeah. Never mind. So, MuEkke's currently level 8 right now, and I want to see him throw down an absolute 0. That's one of the highlights I want to see in this match.
I don't think we've actually seen one yet.
Yeah, as yet we haven't. We have seen a Mega Inferno Bomb from Tinkerbell, but both teams are being quite careful with their ultimates unless they can try and secure a kill. So Tinkerbell is currently on the chase of Vanquisher right now. Tinkerbell taking a fair amount of damage, and down goes the Ignite on Tinkerbell. Vanquisher... Oh, wow. Vampiric Gnome flashing over the wall, then Infinite progressing to kill off Tinkerbell. Mega Inferno Bomb did go down, but it won't pick up any kill. MuEkkE is going to try and harass Vampiric Gnome, and they're going to try and 1v1 it a bit. MuEkke's just going to stand there, but he smote it too early, unfortunately. Down goes the Mega Inferno Bomb. It's not a Mega Inferno Bomb, it's an absolute zero. Down goes the Ice Blast as well, and they're going to try and give chase of this. Olaf is currently trying to kill off Poppy. One more Lightning Bolt and Poppy will completely juke Destroyez. There's the Lightning Bolt. He just ran into, unfortunately, two guys. MuEkkE hanging around a brush right next to Olaf. Always a nice move. Blue buff did just pop up for blue team right now. MuEkkE is currently nomming it right now, possibly going to give it to Ziggs. That would be the smart move. There we go. Tinkerbell now has his blue buff. Vanquisher against Soraka right now. Always a nice thing. And Soraka taking loads of punishment. Cabbit just goes straight in. Down goes the rapid fire. Down goes the Soraka ultimate heal. Possibly not a life-threatening situation, but then again, it did force Ahri out of lane, and Ahri will have to recall. Olaf heading around the back, possibly going to make something happen. This tower's going to be down before he gets there. The minion picks up the turret kill, of course. Destroyez hanging around in the top brush, and the bouncing bomb completely misses. Bloodlust and Graves hanging around. Cabbit is getting poked right now. Now Bloodlust is not having a good time. It's now a 4v3 gang for purple team right now. Not many ultimates up right now. In fact, as I say that, everyone's ultimates up. And they go on Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell taking horrendous amount of damage. Down is Mega Inferno Bomb. Vampiric Gnome will survive. Sona's ultimate does go down. And in the meantime, Cabbit is all by herself. MuEkkE is there to try and do something about it, but it's unlikely to happen. Poppy does come in round the back, possibly going to pick a kill on Bloodlust. In the meantime, ZeroRep does pop his ultimate to try and kill off Sona, and that is exactly what he's going to try and do. And that's exactly what he does. Anyway, down goes Poppy's ultimate, and now they focus on MuEkkE, which is always a nice move, seeing as MuEkkE is the one who's low on health. In the meantime, MuEkkE flashes away, and now they're going on ZeroRep. ZeroRep does exhaust Destroyez, and Destroyez will have to back off. What a chain of ultimates right there.
Definitely. I mean, we saw it there that possibly if blue team had gone in earlier, maybe with a good Tristana jump, they could have picked up both Graves and Sona very fast, especially as Ziggs had his ultimate up, which would have just completely destroyed their health.
They could, absolutely. And it looks like they'll push down this turret right now. Not if Destroyez keeps on getting knocked back. Destroyez taking loads of damage. Tinkerbell is trying to kill him, but that's quite lucky for Destroyez, I'll have to admit. And it was a nice satchel charge from Tinkerbell to force a couple of extra tower hits. Down goes Mega Inferno Bomb. It unfortunately doesn't hit Destroyez. It was a nice hit and hope attempt, but it did not pick up a kill. In the meantime, Bloodlust is being destroyed by ZeroRep. ZeroRep is going to end up picking up the kill. Vampiric Gnome does go in. The Infinite duresses MuEkkE. Satchel charge and Addrenny picks up the kill. In the meantime, down goes Method, being killed by ZeroRep around the back. Vanquisher, mana starved. Not a lot he can do right now. There's not a lot your AP carry can do under tower against 4 and mana starved, is there?
There really isn't. Especially when you only have 97 AP at the 19-minute mark. She hasn't really Ahri hasn't really managed to pick up many items yet.
No, she hasn't. Just 2 Doran's rings and an amplifying tome. We'll see what she'll buy in a second. In fact, she won't buy, she'll just heal up.
When you compare that to Ziggs' 227 AP, it's quite a considerable difference.
Definitely. Currently Method has 1.5k gold. He's probably waiting up for that BF sword right now. Always a nice move, probably going to turn it into a Bloodthirster later on down the line. So, Vampiric Gnome still has a fair amount of time to wait for his ultimate. If they get a good Bloodlust ultimate, then if they follow that up with a Dice Graves ultimate, then that could spell doom for blue team, I should say right now.
I think so, but when you look at Graves and then Tristana, you see that Tristana actually has a whole Infinity Edge over Graves.
Really? Wow. Okay. That is a good point. Granted, Graves does have some lifesteal, but he really does need that attack damage to become a right-click to win champion.
And Graves has actually just picked up a BF sword.
There we go. Going to turn that into a Bloodthirster. So they're hanging around bottom lane right now, possibly going to pick up a kill on Vampiric Gnome. It's unlikely. Vampiric Gnome does have his ultimate ready in case of emergency, as does Bloodlust and Method. Cabbit's all by himself. Cabbit does get caught out. Cabbit does get caught out. The rocket jump happens. Granted, top picks up a kill, but in the meantime, Warwick picks up a kill in bot lane, and they're chasing Soraka. In the meantime, the two AP carriers, Vanquisher does pop her ultimate to try and escape, and Mega Inferno Bomb doing damage to Bloodlust. Bloodlust will survive this. Vampiric Gnome, on the other hand, will not. Wow, down goes MuEkkE's ultimate. That looked like it hurt. Method's still taking loads of damage right now, and NDestroyez is there, going to try and do some damage of his own. He can't be disabled for activate his ultimate, and Method just walks straight in on a bouncing bomb. MuEkkE is possibly thinking about tower diving. It's not going to happen. NDestroyez is just going to clear off these minions and possibly go after Soraka right now, try and hit someone with a lightning bomb. A lightning bomb? What on earth am I saying? A lightning bolt. Although, to be fair, a lightning bomb would look cool.
What? Wow, Ziggs getting another blue buff.
He is, and that is where your buffs want to be going. Tinkerbell is going to try and recall, but he will finally be able to recall after the lizard decides to stop giving him a hard time. In the meantime, ZeroRep is pushing up in top lane. He already has all three parts of Infinity Edge. 5 kills? When did he get 5 kills? Seriously. I was not paying much attention.
Yeah, he's going to be really strong once he actually gets that Trinity Force.
Absolutely. What do most Poppy players build after a Trinity Force? And where do you see ZeroRep going?
They have various options. I think we could see a Deathfire Grasp, because they kind of need one, especially if Olaf chooses to go Warmugs after that Frozen Mallet. We're just going to see him being so tanky, and we're going to need someone to be able to chunk him, and Poppy's the perfect person for that.
Yeah. They're now running away from after stealing a red buff. Well, Cabbit's not running away. Cabbit's just going to kill stuff. Anyway, loads of damage onto Olaf. Olaf is actually disabled, and ZeroRep does use the ultimate onto Vanquisher. NDestroyez does have to run for his life. ZeroRep does still have the ultimate. In comes Bloodlust. There goes the ultimate as well. ZeroRep will be going down any second now. There we go. Bloodlust goes down to MuEkkE's Ice Ball. In the meantime, Tinkerbell's there. Vampiric Gnome goes down to a combined effort of 4 people. Vanquisher is there trying to do some damage, but unfortunately he won't be able to do much at the moment. At the moment he has 146 ability power and the makings of a Void Staff, which, to be honest, isn't the best move right now, in my opinion. There's not a lot of magic resist on blue team, so the Void Staff is kind of useless. I mean, don't get me wrong, an extra 50 ability power is fantastic on certain champions with the right AP scale, but against a team with little to no magic resist, the passive is just wasted.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So blue team are currently messing about with the purple team inhibitor. We have made it past 20 minutes, so therefore it's gone better than last game so far. More competitive, 18 to 11 with roughly 10k gold difference. Granted, 4 turrets to 0. So they'll do a nice bit of jungle invading right now, or they won't. They'll just leave a little blue wolf, because that's always a nice little token.
Indeed.
So blue team are thinking about pushing down bot lane turret. MuEkkE is heading around the back. He does ice ball Bloodlust, so Bloodlust does get that horrible slow. MuEkkE will back off. Vanquisher heading around the side, possibly going to make something happen. Method's trying to make something happen as well. So is Vampiric Gnome. Vampiric Gnome gets completely focused by everyone. Cabbit ends up picking up the kill. Vanquisher having to burn the ultimate to try and escape, even though he did get hit with that Nunu ice ball twice. ZeroRep and Cabbit are on the way over there. Vanquisher set up a minefield right in front of his face. Addrenny taking loads of damage right now. Sorry, what am I saying? Addrenny's taking loads of kills right now. Method getting a horrible slow. I want to see MuEkkE cast an ultimate. Bloodlust taking horrendous amounts of damage from just one bouncing bomb. And this looks like the game right now. We're probably going to see blue team steamroller this base any second now. Or at least the towers and turrets and stuff. MuEkkE tanking it for now. Cabbit rocket jumping and not quite making it over. Never mind, there is the surrender vote. GG's all round. And Method's doing a dance because, hey, why not? So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Nutritional, have you got any final thoughts on this game?
I think it went considerably better for the blue team this game, considering before they had to surrender right on 20.
Yeah.
But I think maybe there were a few factors that kind of contributed to their loss. Perhaps in the bot lane, because Tristana was so ahead. Maybe because Sona chose to start out with no wards and 2 fairy charms.
Although, then again, bring that up, after I thought about it, Sona must have specced into quite far down into the utility tree to benefit from that early game gold, because she did have a ward up to when MuEkkE went for that lane gank. There was a ward there in the river. Whether he went back to buy that, however, was a different matter that I didn't quite pick up.
Ah, that's true.
But then again, there we have it. No wombo combo, unfortunately. Sorry guys, better luck next time. So there we have it. My name's JU40E, that guy's Nutritional.
Bye bye, thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.